And welcome back to Wargame with a Blender. Now, we're going to finish off our castle today by adding in a tower. First thing I need to do is pop this in here. And then we're going to add in a cube that's going to be 6 inches, so 150 square. Fairly chunky beast. It should be about the same width for them, yeah. If we line this up with holes on each side, just the height in a second. We're going to work on this a bit different, because it's got to be accessible from every direction. What I'm actually going to do in here, go into here, go into this mode. I'm going to look at it that way, look at it that way, delete all these vertices. Yeah. Awesome. We're also going to take the bottom off and the top off. And now we've just got this actually in, and then we're going to add in a modifier on X and Y. So now I can work on all 4 bits with minimal extra work. So I've got about, what's the height? 150 percent said 20. Yeah, that's about right. 70, that gives me 2 centimeters battlements on the top. The next thing I need to do is extrude these faces in, clipping on, shift that. It gives us some thickness to work with. So, how do I want these to look? If they're coming into here, like this, probably get away with beveling this edge. Alt merge distance. You had gone a bit wrong there. That's why it's looking a bit weird. Yeah, you want to kind of get this so it looks like it's connecting. Shift Z so I don't accidentally Control A, all translations. Control A, scale. A, Control A, location. That's what messes that up. I'll just have to live with it then. Okay, fine. Now, this. Yeah, so we want to grab that on the Y. Bring it back to about. Bring it so it lines up with that wall. There. That looks good on the back as well. Then we're going to bring in a loop cut around here. What are you? Love you. Just grab on the Y here. Grab on the Y here. If we're doing this, we also take these two. Looking good. Can't do that, can I? You know why I can't do that? Because I've got to be able to attach walls in every direction in case it goes on a corner. So we're going to shift these, rotate them by 90. Origin to center. Why is it so hard to rotate? Z90, that's fine. It's just being weird for some reason. Alright, caring about this. It's got to literally lightly. Have all that on the end. It's more important than on this. Well, go up on the Y, so it's going to do that. No, if it comes on this corner, that still looks good in all directions. You can see what I mean. I've got to have it so that it doesn't look too far out. So we can grab these on the Y. Or grab this on the Y. That doesn't interfere. Thing. You also want to do things similar. Maybe the beveling is a mistake. Merge. How's the best way to unbevel? I suppose I could just start again, couldn't I? Because I'm the outside wall. Done that much. I'll make a big mess. Just take it down to this. We'll dissolve that as well. Then we'll extrude this out on shift. That. Okay, we're back to a flat wall. I still think something of a bevel would be good. There's a bevel that as well. Okay, and we're looking at that. We've got good access. Not looking too bad from the front. Not going to line up perfectly, but nothing we do is going to line up perfectly. That's the problem, because we've got to go in from every angle. Not flare the base. But to have it connectable from direction. You can do though is I can bring out this bevel a little bit. Can I? Yes, because this whole thing. Go backwards. Okay, we can work with this, can't we? And if we bevel the edges of this, yeah, that looks a bit more. Reading shifts there. Out quite a way. That's not going to interfere with that in any way. But you don't actually level it slightly. Level those. End up. I have to do something more about here. 170. I will select if do that. Do by selection. Select the yarn extrude on Y. Into each other. Place that up. Place that. Face that off as an hang on. $2mm on that. Inset that by a decent amount. Edges. That. And subdivide. Grab that on the X. Grab on the this. Delete. Basic. Delete. Grab Y to something in. Grab Shift Z. Then X. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Get all those. Grab the lot. Extrude Z. 15. We need to deselect those two. Those two. What should I do here? That's better. Move that side by 15. Select that. that. But I can fix it by making. Still doing the same thing, didn't I? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 chords here. 4 chords here. There we go. Maybe that. Didn't scale right there. So I'm making sure to avoid the individual one. Okay. That's 20, 170, 200. That's probably a little too full, so this is going to come down. Grab that. Do something about this. Grab that. Bring this down. Okay, so that's 160, 190. Probably just not make that fit. And let's double check as well. The bass fit. Okay. That's good. You can fit a regiment in that tower. That's good. Probably even make it a bit smaller. That should be simple enough to do. We just go control click because we're not. We shift it. Yeah. We just do it this way. Grab on the Y, X. The Y. There. Got this thing to tidy up. Edge. That looks nice. Do something with this if we grab this. Shift that. Move it in like that. Grab them on the Y. Them up. It dissolved that. Yeah, I prefer that actually. Nope. Bevel those. We're dealing with. Oh, obviously, we want to do the same trick, but I'm trying to decide whether to do it. Just lock this like that. Distance, 8 indices, scale, not like that. Distance. In this case, we actually want to dissolve this thing, don't we? I quite like the look of that, actually. Gone in and put a little bit of detail in. That's gonna... Right, so I think the next thing to do is to pull up. So I actually want to do this slightly off the front so I can try and match up your outlines a bit. On that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10, 11. 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, that's about right. Lined up. And then we'll go like that. That. Like this. And then we'll start it from the bottom. Release this a little bit because it's flat. I could make an elaborate tower, then it wouldn't fit together. I'm going to make a slightly more. And just live with that horrible feeling inside. Doop, 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 doop. And then dissolve those edges. What I might do is put one down the centre of this. And then do every other. And dissolve that. Yeah. Now we need to come in and we need to do these. We don't. We want alternate. Why am I having such problems with? Don't let them line up. So that needs to go. That needs to go and that needs to go. There we go. moment then. Now, we want to take what those, that, 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 that. I'm not sure how to do that. Same as before, I just don't want is. How about we do all this and we see if we get that. Or bevel. Like that. Then we'll see what it looks like when we go in and manually. But obviously, all this is bespoke. Do those. Yeah, then we got that one. That looks pretty good. Let's isolate it. That's the word. Yeah, so we want to go. Now, as long as I'm not doing the upward there. This is why I'm doing it on 4 corners as well. This would be a lot harder to do if I was doing this to I started to do this for all 4 corners at once. Nope. We are being lazy. Button. Not lazy, is it? There's no such thing as being lazy when doing something like this. This is time conservation. Now, because I've got those, I can bevel this, match, then extrude it. That looks pretty good. And we got the top of this, where we've got to copy out this pattern. So insert, extrude, extrude. Yeah. Now, let's say I've had to make it a bit duller than I would have liked. Or I haven't got the height. That's the problem. These two together, 160, 80, 190 is about my height, my box. I think I've got to fit this into a box. So that looks good from all angles. We'll delete this one out. You will press the 3D print button, which hasn't pulled it up. And do so there. Apply. All merge by distance. Make manifold perfect. Manifold. All distance. Final check on all these. We're onto the printing. Let's just double check that. It's actually ended up 160 in every direction. Too bad. That's counting these protrusions here. That's definitely not catching on balls anywhere. Alright, so I'd love to have. I suppose I could. Have a gate into there, couldn't I? But it'd have to be lush. We want a door in. We want a door in, don't we? Alright. Oh, now we've done all that, we can go Shift and Q. And we'll make this 30 centimeters. That's a good height for a 28mm figure. Grab it on Y. Here's it on the Y. That, the Y. Pop it on the end. Grab on the Z. That in. Insert that. Grab it. So it's flat. Drag the whole thing down slightly. Extrude it in. Put a loop cut on here. Sheet. Zero. I'll flatten them all out. Extrude. That. Yep, cheating is not going to. What can I do is extrude that on that side. Like that. Grab that 50 on the X. Grab that. That. Do. Is it the same thing? Oh, there. On the X the other way. This is not the best way to do it. This is the quickest way. Handle, which is would be simple just to insert that, scale that on the down. Tilt slightly down. Yeah, we have a door. We'll join that. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Gives a little bit of a added interest, but Now we're going to X-ray mode. We're going to select everything bottom. Get that to 0. Get these go. Yeah. In. Okay. Now we have our wall sections, gatehouse, and our roof. First things first, save. Then we're going to go save as castle in my castle. Castle wall. Why are we doing this? Well, I'm not going to delete this. Just have this. Actually, going to delete this. Well, then we're going to go File, Export, STL, call it Castle Wall. Delete that. File. It's going strange here, isn't it? Yes, we've got some errant vertices. Delete vertices. IP on Z. Fill that in. Sure that, yeah. 0 is flat. File. Export. STL. Just going to call it top. I know what I'm talking about. And then go back to go File, Revert, delete all that. We'll File, Export as tower. File, Export. Well, you know what I'm doing. So I should be able to go into here. Go to Blender, Castle. Delete that one because it's old. There we go. These are all the current ones. Castle wall pops out. Slice it. 8 hours, 142 grams. That's not too bad. This is my kind of gone. Okay. Oh, here it is. 0.28. I've basically got this set up as fast print. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at what the top would look like. £35, 2.5, just under 3 hours. Gate, probably a bit longer. Got 11 hours, 171 grams. Maybe a bit of a chunky print this, but it's going to be something. Let's have a look at the tower, which is the tallest one. I mean, stuff like that, I don't. Not too much. As long as it appears in the preview. I see it's trying to support it. Supporting. Yeah, 200 grams. Looking about a kilo of filament. Not too bad for a castle. Especially something of this size. I could make these walls thinner. And that's probably an idea, actually. So, file, dirt. That's just a matter of going in here. Scaling shift Z. That. Deleting it. File, export, STL, tower. Reload the tower. Resize the tower. Let's cut 20 grams of filament. 45 minutes. I wouldn't want to go much below this because surely it's going to get. Guess all it is now to do some printing. And here is the final result. Sorry this took so long, but you know, I did this during winter and it took a while for me to get out into the garage. So, yep, that's 4 foot of table, painted, ready to go. So I'm hoping to get this onto the board soon, and hopefully it's been an interesting use of someone.